You're waiting for it, aren't you? You're sitting there in your office, staring at your screen, waiting for that magical spark, that feeling of inspiration. You're watching these entrepreneurship videos, reading the latest gurus, scrolling through success stories, hoping that one day you'll wake up and suddenly have the drive to build an empire. Let me save you the misery. It's never coming. Motivation is a drug for the weak. It's a temporary high that makes you feel like you're doing something while you're actually just standing still. You want to launch that business? You want to scale? You think you need a sign? Here's your sign. You are currently failing because you are waiting for a feeling. Success doesn't give a damn about how you feel. Success is a machine. And if you aren't feeding the machine with cold, calculated, repetitive discipline, you're not building a business. You're just playing house. Real empires aren't built on good vibes or passion. They are built in the trenches, in the dark, when nobody is watching, nobody is clapping, and you feel like quitting. If you rely on motivation, you are building your business on shifting sand. You are building on a foundation that will collapse the moment things get difficult. And believe me, things will get difficult. When the market turns, when your partners leave, when the numbers go red, motivation will vanish in a heartbeat. Only discipline will keep the lights on. Most people operate at 40% of their actual capacity. In the corporate world, they call it burnout. They call it work-life balance. I call it being soft. When your brain starts screaming that you've done enough, that the report is finished, the cold calls are done, the budget is balanced, that is exactly when the real work begins. Your brain is the laziest employee you've ever hired. Its only job is to keep you comfortable, safe, and mediocre. And comfort is the graveyard of innovation. When you hit that 40% mark, your mind starts lying to you. It tells you, I can't scale this, or the market is too crowded, or I'll do it tomorrow. That's not reality. That's your fear protecting your laziness. Think about your competition. Your competitors are also hitting that 40% wall. They're stopping. They're going home. They're grabbing a beer. They're negotiating with their own weakness. That is your window of opportunity. Every time you push past that 40%, you are literally separating yourself from the herd. You are becoming something they can't compete with. To break this, you need to use the cookie jar method. When your brain tries to shut you down, you reach back into your own mental archive. You pull out every failure, every time you were told no, every time you overcame the odds. You remind yourself who you are. You remind yourself that you've survived 100% of your bad days. If you want to build a business that dominates, you have to push past the lie. You have to find that remaining 60% that everyone else is too afraid to touch. That 60% is where legends are made. It's where market share is stolen and where empires are forged. Most people spend their lives in the comfort zone. You need to make the discomfort zone your permanent residence. If you aren't uncomfortable, you aren't growing. Most entrepreneurs are looking for the easy way. The automated software, the outsourced headache, the path of least resistance. But Goggins didn't become a Navy SEAL by looking for the easy way. In business, pain is your primary KPI. It's that rejection email you don't want to reply to. It's that difficult conversation with a partner you've been putting off because it might hurt your culture. It's the late nights where you're staring at the cold, hard numbers, knowing you have to cut the fat. If you are chasing comfort, you are actively shrinking your company. You need to hunt the discomfort. You need to seek out the problems that make your stomach turn. What makes you sweat? Is it the sales call? Is it the public speaking? Is it the deep dive into the accounting? Go there. Run toward the thing you hate. If you're not feeling the burn in your business, you're just maintaining. And in this brutal market, maintenance is just a slow, painful way to go bankrupt. You have to learn to embrace the grind. You have to learn to love the struggle more than the result, because the struggle is what builds the character required to hold the empire once you've built it. If you build an empire on comfort, it will be taken from you by someone who is hungrier, faster, and willing to go to the places you refuse to go. Discomfort isn't a signal to stop. It's a signal that you're finally doing something that matters. Your brain is going to try to negotiate with you. It's a master negotiator. It will say, hey, you killed it today, let's take tomorrow off. Or, you deserve a break. You need to build a protocol for that. You need to treat your damn brain like an adversary. You don't ask yourself, do I want to do this? That question is irrelevant. You ask, does this action build the system? If the answer is yes, you do it. You don't have feelings at 3 a.m. You don't have moods when payroll is due. You have a system, you have an objective, and you have the discipline to execute regardless of your emotional state. Stop asking for permission to be great. Stop waiting for the stars to align. You want to be a leader? A leader doesn't feel like working. A leader works. A leader is someone who shows up when everything is falling apart. You must be the most disciplined person in your organization. If you aren't the hardest worker in the room, you have no right to lead. Discipline is simply doing what you said you were going to do, long after the mood you set it in has left you. This is the difference between a dreamer and a builder. A dreamer waits, a builder acts. A dreamer complains, a builder solves. A dreamer quits when it gets hard, a builder finds a new way. At the end of the day, when you shut that monitor down, there's no scoreboard. Nobody is going to congratulate you for trying. There are only two choices. You either spent your day justifying your mediocrity, or you laid another brick in the foundation of your legacy. Don't be the person who had potential. Be the person who destroyed their own limitations. Stop looking for motivation. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop being soft. Build the system, hold the line, and stay hard.